So, we tabletop players are gentle, kindly folk who would never seek to toot our own horn. Wait, what am I saying? Of course we are. Well, today I'm going to toot this Tabletop Tuesday because last week were the ENnie Awards, and we backed a real winner here on the channel. So I'll tell you why in just a second. But first, if you're joining us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on tabletop news and clips from our misadventures as we play a variety of games here on Twitch. If you haven't already, join in on the fun at twitch.tv/playthatjawn. Drop me a line in the comments below so I can say hey to you and read what you think about our tabletop announcements and tabletop news. As always, we stream and post videos to support the Stand Up to Cancer Network in their quest for life-saving cures. So please consider donating online, either through my Tiltify connected with the channel, and I'll put a link in the comments for YouTube, and it's provided as well down in the description on my Twitch page. Many of you have given already. Thank you for that. I highly appreciate it. You do not have to give again. But this is just for folk who haven't given already and feel like they may have some to spare. I know that times are tight for many, but cancer continues to plague our friends and loved ones, and finding the answers to these cancer questions are just important now as they ever have been. All right, so back to my rare tooting of my own horn. You've heard me talk before about Mork Borg, the Swedish death metal RPG on this channel. We have been big fans of Mork Borg on this channel. I've talked about it several times in several episodes. In fact, I've got my copy of Mork Borg right here. So this is a death metal RPG game that you can play with your friends. It's a rather short book. It's what? Let's see how many pages. Well, it numbers them strangely. So I would say it's about 60 or so pages. It's in English, right? It's not in any other language. It's in English. And I just want to, I'm okay. So I'm going to sort of, be excited as I talk about this and sort of toot my own horn because, this swept the board at the ENnies this year. So if you're not familiar with the ENnies, they are, supported by ENworld, a tabletop news outlet, and they're distributed every year at Gen Con. Gen Con is a big gaming convention that occurs in Indiana, in Indianapolis. Of course, they didn't have it this year. They had it online instead. And so they had an online awards ceremony on July 31st. You see, actually, on this website, it lists it as, watch the live show tonight at 8 p.m. But you can see some of the, let me scroll down a little bit. You can see some of the categories that they award in this, right? Best family game, best aid, best online content. This is meant for people who like those Dungeons & Dragons games, who enjoy playing those sort of tabletop games with their friends and their family, or, finding a group online to play with. But yeah, Mork Borg swept this awards ceremony. It won gold for best writing, it won silver for best game, and it won gold for best product. The publisher of this game is Free League Publishing, and they also won best publisher. So here's, I've been saying this before on the channel, and I'll say it again. You guys have got to get this book. I mean, the art in it is fantastic. Let me show you how it depicts weapons. It just has its approach to everything is just very death metal, macabre. Here you see a guy with every possible weapon in the game in him. The art is just fantastic. This is really high gloss paper. It's just a really well done book. The front and the back of the book have tables that you can use as you play your game to, reference, including an index, combat moves, different weapons, treasures that you can find. So these sort of adventures are all about, random encounters, rolling random tables, and those random tables are provided. But this is definitely one to put on your radar. This one I had to ship from Sweden, so you actually have to go to Free League Publishing, and in the end it ends up being about $30 after the shipping and everything. I got it on sale. Hopefully that sale is still going on. So I got mine for about $30, which I thought was rather competitive. But also, this publisher also produces Alien the RPG, which is an adaptation of the movies, an Alien game that you can play with your friends, at the table. And Alien also got gold in the best game category. So this one took silver for best game, and Alien the RPG took gold. So some other winners from the ENnies, and you can look these up online. You can look up every category online. But some of the other winners were Jim Henson's Labyrinth, which is it's by River Horse Publishing. It's an adaptation of the movie. And for best adventure, as well as sort of like best digital sort of like mapping, a game called Call of Cthulhu, Berlin the Wicked City, which I think is a campaign setting. I've never played Call of Cthulhu, all a bit grotesque. Yeah, I agree. So if you're not so much into like the death metal thing, totally cool. This may not be the one for you. It's very macabre. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's very punk rock. There's the monsters, for instance. It's very like 1980s heavy death metal kind of aesthetic. And I find that really fascinating. I mean, I'm not a death metal person myself, but I find it's really cool. It's really interesting. It's a really strange sort of campaign setting that they have. No king or queen rules, but an archpriestess. And there's like cathedrals of the basilisk, and there's like conflict of war. There's shadows that cover everything. It's just very like dark and sort of, it has a very different feel than a lot of other RPGs, which I think is why, people really love it and why it's done so well. There's been a lot of published content for this. Actually, the music that we're listening to right now comes from the HDK Collective that are based out of Germany, and it was actually music designed for playing this game. So you can check that out as well. I'll post a link for the YouTube video. I'll post a link at the bottom that says where you can get a copy of this for yourself. If you're part of our channel on Twitch, I can drop it in the Discord. If you just type !Discord, you'll get the link to our Discord, where we just sort of chat nonstop about games. Well, it's been a little more stopped lately because we've all been working and whatnot. But yeah, we chat often on the Discord about these sort of things, and about Baldur's Gate, the previous game that we played, and about Grim Fandango. We've been talking a lot of Valorant lately because we've got a member of our Twitch community who's been playing Valorant. But yeah, I can drop the links in the Discord as well. So thanks for joining. There's one more thing that I want to show you. It's going to take me a second to find it. All right. So this is Eclectic Shiz. I'll type that in chat so people can see that. On Etsy. And this channel is run by a former, well, not a former, but a friend of mine that I met working in the theater, who makes mask designs for people. But this mask is incredible. So if you're a Dungeons & Dragons fan, you got to pick one of these things up. So it's got this like dragon skin pattern to it, as well as this embroidered dragon. So if you're in the US, the shipping for this is free. And these things are super cool. I cannot wait for mine to come in. And these are embroidered by her. They're sewn and embroidered by her. And they're muslin and cotton. And it's so, it's got a good amount of breathability to it. These things are incredible. I cannot wait for mine to come in. So, remember, these aren't medical grade, but you'll wear these whenever you go around. There are 3 left right now, so go pick those up. And let's put in a request to her to make more. Let's pick up a bunch of these. These things are so cool. So you can basically just search Etsy for Eclectic Shiz. Alex really does. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah, it's super cool. Sorry that, I don't know what the shipping out to to Italy is, but these things are super cool, and I can't wait for mine to come in. And at $15, that's nothing for, a mask these days. So just want to put in a plug for these as well. These are really cool. The person who makes them, Megan, did not put me up to this. She didn't. I'm not getting paid by her to plug these or anything. I just think they're really cool and thought you guys might like them. So that's the other item on our. Usually we do some kind of Kickstarter where I say, hey, go check out this Kickstarter project. But this time I'm going to go say, check out this Etsy project instead. So with that, I'll say thanks to everybody who's joining us on YouTube. Remember to hit that subscribe button so that you get more notifications. And we'll shift back into our game on Twitch. And I'll say, thanks for hanging out on YouTube.